All right, here we go. Guess who's back? Back it again. Naked stick. Hello, friend. All right. Now that we got that out of the way, yesterday we did some ChatGPT quizzing. Finished that up, I believe. Oh, there she goes. Oh, it's hot in here already. Okay, so we got Anki flashcards due. We generated some questions, and we outlined the chapter. Let's do Anki. Shady's back. All right. Anki. Donkey. All right. Anki. Siren's going off. Oh. Okay. Here we are. Flashcard number 1. In one sentence, what is the main point of chapter 1, Learning is Misunderstood? Learning is misunderstood due to techniques that lead to poor metacognition. People often misunderstand learning. Okay, I got that. That's 1 point. Durable learning requires effort, struggle, and retrieval, not passive review. Okay, we kind of got half of it. We're going to say try again. What is a common myth about learning that chapter 1 refutes? And what is the actual truth? Oh, here. Well, this is the same damn thing. Got this siren blaring. What is common myth about learning that chapter 1 refutes? The common myth is that when learning feels easy and fluent, that's effective learning. That's not true. It's actually the opposite. Myth: learning is the best when it's easy and feels fluent. Truth: learning feels effortful is more durable and effective. Cool. Say good. I didn't say durable and effective, but we'll say good. How does mental effort relate to durable learning according to the authors? There's a direct relationship between mental effort and the durability of learning. The more effortful the retrieval, the stronger the learning. Struggle is a sign of real learning. Sure. What are the 6 sections of chapter 2 to learn and retrieve? Okay. Reflection is a form of practice. The testing effect, studying the testing effect in the lab, studying the testing effect in the wild, exploring nuances, the takeaway. Nice. In one sentence, what is the main point of chapter 1, Learning is Misunderstood? People misunderstand learning. Real learning requires effort. People often misunderstand learning. Durable learning requires effort, struggle, and retrieval, not passive review. All right, we missed one again. What is the main point of chapter 1? People misunderstand learning. Learning that is effortful is durable and effective. Effective effort and learning that is easy and not effortful is not effective. Not passive review. Sure, we're gonna call that good. I got the idea. All right. And we wrote down some questions. What is retrieval practice? Is retrieval practice best for declarative learning or non-declarative learning as well? What is the testing effect? Is there a direct relationship between effort and resulting learning? All right. So today, we're actually getting started, which is very nice, very nice. Okay. Here we are, chapter 2. And actually today, I think I'll just begin reading. Just intro section, there's a couple paragraphs. Let's get to some stopping place, and then I'll retrieve. All right, I'll be back in a second. All right, guys, that was successful. Just read that whole intro section of the chapter 2, to learn retrieve, and it was all this story, another anecdote to begin the chapter, just like the anecdote from chapter 1, which was Matt Brown, the pilot, lost one engine, ran through the checklists, killed the engine, glided down to safety. This one is about a neurosurgeon, a master neurosurgeon, and so he's called into the hospital. One night they found this deer hunter that was out in the woods, unconscious, bleeding from the head. They're like, we don't know what happened. He must have like fell and hit his head or something. The neurosurgeon comes in and quickly recognizes a gunshot wound. Very likely that someone shot a 12 gauge shotgun way off in the distance, and that one of the bullets, or whatever, however shotgun works, multiple spread. I thought spread, but a bullet from that gun travels a long distance, hits him in the back of the head, knocks him out. The bullet is lodged into his head. It must have been a super far distance because the bullet did not go any deeper. It only went like an inch or two into the head, but the brain was exposed, and it had pierced the sinus nerve in the back of the head, which drains blood from the back of the brain, I believe, something along those lines. And he realizes that some bone and the bullet have punctured this nerve and have also like corked the nerve, which is as big as like a pinky finger. It's a pretty big, no, I'm saying nerve, vein, sinus vein. Not super important, but yeah, super thick vein. There's a bullet lodged in. There's bone that's plugging it. This neurosurgeon's super successful. He worked on Ronald Reagan. He worked on like the sheik of the United Arab Emirates, and super successful. Done tons of training, years of school, years of training, continuous education and learning. And he's like, all right, I know he's running through all these checklists. He needs maybe a blood transfusion, get to the room set up, and he's getting ready. He knows if I pull this stuff out, this thing's gonna spew blood. Takes the bullet out, takes the bones out. It's spewing blood just as he knew. But this specific vein, you can't just tie on both ends because it's too high pressure and it will cause more tears and more bleeding. And so this guy's losing tons of blood. Can easily bleed out in a couple minutes, and he basically uses this neurosurgeon Ebersold, I believe his name is. Mike Ebersold uses his own technique that he's developed. No textbook has had it, but he's developed it specifically by working on this vein in the past and out of necessity. So he takes some muscle tissue from the open wound area and sticks it on both ends, and then stitches the vein closed with the muscle, which has worked in the past. And he basically is like, yeah, some people, this blocking this vein is too much, and it doesn't work because, or it's like lethal potentially because they need the blood to be draining from their brain. But this guy was fortunately one of them that it wasn't a big deal. He was able to survive it, and a week later he walked out with basically nothing wrong with him except for some peripheral vision loss. So really cool story of a master at work. I kind of just said illustrating, the creativity, the innovation, the instincts that all comes with mastery. Dynamic creative mastery and along those lines, instincts, innovation. Okay, reflection as a form of practice is the next section. It's another page and a half. I've only got 6 minutes, and it takes a few minutes to recall. So what I'll do is I'll read half of this, and then I'll get back with a recall, and we'll call that a day. All right, I'll be back in a sec. All right, guys, wrapping up for today. So this section, is that right? No, I have not. At the beginning of all these sections, right by the title, I like to put, what is this section about? This is a question to be answered when I'm done reading. So First of all, this section starts off with like basically asking a question: what does this story, the anecdote at the beginning of the chapter, what can this tell us or teach us about learning and memory? And they kind of preempt or foreshadow the section with like talking about reflection and the special type of learning that reflection can have. Then it goes into basically an excerpt of Ebersold, the neurosurgeon, talking about how reflection has benefited him in his learning and the power of reflection and learning. Trying something, not quite getting it right, going home and thinking about it. What can I do differently? What am I forgetting? What am I missing? What can I try tomorrow? And then coming back to it the next day or whenever you come back to it. And the authors basically say, like, yeah, there's many cognitive activities that mental rehearsal or just rehearsal in general. No, not rehearsal, reflection. I'm saying reflection, that's what I meant. So there's many cognitive activities that used in reflection that may lead to deeper, better, more effective learning, and they are you're retrieving previous knowledge, previous experience, previous teachings, and then you're connecting that to new knowledge and experience and ideas. So retrieval and connection and finding meaning and bridging those the old and the new, mental structures, and as well as mental visualization and rehearsal. Those are like the 3 to 4, depending on if you're calling mental rehearsal and mental visualization the same thing or different things. They're kind of different. So those are the 4 cognitive activities that can lead to deeper learning that come from reflection. All right. And that is it for today. Make it stick another day. Very productive day as far as pages go, though that's not a great metric. Every day is decently equal here. We're reflecting, we're retrieving, we're deepening knowledge, we're trying new things. But yeah, good 3. 1, 2, 3, 4.5 pages read today. So good day. Sunshine. All right, talk to you guys later.